Hello everyone, this is Classy Girl. Welcome to week 2 of the Anytime Anywhere scrapbooking experience. Thank you so much for joining me last week for our first week. I loved seeing your creations and being able to share inspiration and ideas and tips with you. Now I'm ready to begin week 2 and I hope that you will join me again here or on the iClassyGirl.com blog for another week of scrapbooking and fun. Anyway, I'm ready to go ahead and get started. I'm determined to make these videos a bit shorter. So, first things first, grab this week's inspiration. Here it is. Next thing you want to do is grab your pictures and a page kit. Remember, you've been putting together page kits since the start of this. So you've got your page kits ready, grab a page kit. This is the page kit that I'm using today. All right, so I've already cut all of my pieces of paper and I've added adhesive and I've even inked the edges of some items just to hopefully make this go faster. So here we go. For this layout, you're going to use 4 pattern papers again, and I cut my strips into a 2 by 11, a 1.5 by 10.5, a 1 inch by 10, and then also a 1/2 inch by 9.5. And I'm going to go ahead and place those where I want them. Again, I used 4 different patterns, but you can choose to use 2 patterns if you want and just use 4 strips. And I'm using these really cute pictures of my niece. I'm going to add my strips. And I'm just going to place them differently, not straight across. I'm going to angle them in different ways. And as you can see, I hope that you can see this. Yep. I've inked the edges of all of my strips. I like adding ink. It just kind of defines each piece a little bit more. Now I am actually going to go ahead and add a really cute flower right about here. Okay. There is my flower. I also cut out several circles from that pattern paper. One great tip for getting a lot of use or good use from your pattern paper is to cut elements from your pattern paper to use as embellishments or accents on your pages. I'm going to take this one and just stick it right here behind this photo. I've also inked the edges of these to also make them stand out just as I did with my paper strips. I'm going to take the second circle and tuck it right here under the strips, being sure that I'm making sure that it's right here in sort of this V that my strips have created, and that the circle is a little visible, the inner circle is a little visible. Now I'm going to add these cute epoxy stickers. I'm just using the A's because my niece's name is Ayana, and I'm going to go ahead and add them into a couple of key places as the center of most of my circles and my flower. Okay, now I'm going to add my title, and then I'll add a couple of rub-ons as a finishing touch. The title of this layout is going to be Being You. My niece is wonderful, unique. On these pictures, this just makes me think of her. She has her own unique little style with a little shirt tucked in the front, cute little jeans with the butterfly on it, and her own little unique way of play. We were out in the yard and she was just posing and doing little things, and I just thought, you know, these just made me think about how she's just herself, and I love that. All right, so now I've added my title, which I really like the way that turned out. Again, it says Being You. And I think the cool thing about this layout for me is that this is some really old paper that I've had in my stash. I want to say for like 2 years. It's from Autumn Leaves. If you remember Autumn Leaves, their mod collection. My letters are from SEI, and they have been in my stash for probably a year or two. And those cool epoxy stickers are also from Mod or Autumn Leaves, and they have been in my stash for a while. So it feels really, really good to get this layout done and get some of my stash used up. I'm just going to add a glue dot to the back of this A. It doesn't seem to be sticking very well. I think a glue dot will help. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of rub-ons around the layout to add a finishing touch, a fun finishing touch. I'm going to add a butterfly here because she has these cute little butterflies on her jeans. I love to find elements that mimic what's in the pictures. That helps to bring attention to it and to make for a fun layout, and it showcases what's in the photos. It's a smart idea to cut your rub-ons out away from the like the whole sheet, because when you don't cut them away, as I've learned, what happens quite often is that you might rub on another rub-on onto your project. So I've cut all of my rub-ons out. I've already added my my butterfly here and here. I'm going to add like half a circle off the edge of the page in three spots. And then I think I will also add the word greasy here. And I'm going to add a flower. I think I'm going to add a flower here or somewhere. I've decided that I'm going to add a rub-on here close to my title. I think I want to jazz up this area and, you know, just add a little bit more interest to my title area. Now I'm going to add a couple of pearls to the center of the rub-on flowers that I added. Again, great way to highlight and add some beauty. I love pearls. I love bling. They are, to me, the perfect touch. Last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of my layout. Sometimes I just feel like a layout needs a finishing touch just to seal the deal. And since I've inked the elements, my paper strips and circles, I think that is my deal sealer. And to ink the edges, all you need to do is take your ink pad and just rub it gently across the edge of your page or paper strips or whatever, and you'll begin to see the color come off. I am using brown here. Y'all know what comes next. My journaling. I just like to add either around my pictures or, like I said, close to the title. And I'm just simply going to say exactly what I told you all at the beginning of the video about her photos, that I love her style, that she has a sense of style of her own and her own style of play, and that I just love that about her. And then I will put the date time, place, things like that. And now I'm all done. Very happy, got to use up some scraps, got to complete this layout, got to share with you. Journaling's there, dates there, her name is there. Ta-da! Now it's your turn. Also, the cool thing is you'll have all of that paper still left. I only used those strips of paper, came out with a great layout, and now you can use your paper strips to create cards, altered art, or 1 or 2 additional layouts. You've got plenty of paper left. So it's a great use of your paper and can save you some time and money. Go ahead, create, share with me.